Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AMLR Sports, the first video on this channel. Today we are going to be analyzing and dissecting each World Cup game that has not happened so far. Currently we are in the midst of the round of 32. About 4 games have been played so far, and let's just get straight into it. Quick disclaimer, this is not going to be an extremely analytical breakdown, mostly just going off of team sentiments and performance in the group stage to see where this team will end up going further into the tournament, but not really going through player lineups or anything insane like that. Without further ado, enjoy the video. First game that has not been played is Portugal-Croatia. I'm taking Portugal 1-0 here. I'll tell you why. Ronaldo is 41, Modric is 40. They both want to win a World Cup, but genuinely, I think Portugal is just a bit of a better team. This could go to pens. This could be a 1-1 pens game. Either way, I think Portugal edges them out and takes it. Next we have Spain-Austria. Interesting game. Spain has still yet to really prove themselves as a heavy hitter in this World Cup. I think this is their chance to do so. If they dominate, then we know, okay, yeah, they're not playing around. But if this is kind of like a low-scoring 1-0 game, 1-1 game, take it in pens, I don't think Spain is living up to the name that people said they would be living up to. Next, interesting one, USA-Bosnia. United States performed extremely well in the group stage. They lost 3-2 to Turkey, and you can take that how you want. Some say it's a training game, some say it's real. I don't know. I don't think Bosnia has been really impressive at all. They came in 3rd place coming into the round of 32. I think USA either takes this 1-0 or 2-0. I don't see a world where this goes to pens. This game happens later today, but we'll find out. Next up, Belgium-Senegal. Interesting game. Senegal was in the group with France and Norway. Tough group. I think they came in 3rd. I do see Belgium as just the better team here. I'm going to give it to them 1-0. This isn't going to be a really dominant game. If it is, then I think either way it goes in Belgium's favor. We saw Brazil versus Japan and Ivory Coast versus Norway. The Brazil versus Japan especially was an interesting game. I thought if Japan could get it, that'd make it an extremely interesting tournament. But Brazil was able to get it done, and Norway, no surprises there. Next, we had Mexico versus Ecuador yesterday. Not very surprising, 2-0. Mexico's is a fan favorite coming into the World Cup. I'm taking England 3-0 versus the Congo. I think anything less is a little underwhelming. I think Harry Kane has a chance to really prove himself that he can be a world contender. England has been doing all right. They haven't been really outstanding so far in the group stage, but I think this is their chance to prove that they're really dominant. And a Mexico versus England game would be absolute cinema. Next, Argentina, Cape Verde. Wow. Argentina is stomping out Cape Verde, unfortunately. I just don't see this going any other way. I think anything less is underwhelming for Messi, for Argentina. Obviously, Golden Boot contender. They can go to the finals again. But I'm going to take Argentina here. Next, interesting one, Australia-Egypt. Now, most people have Egypt barely taking this game. I'm giving it to Australia. I think it's going to be 1-1, go to pens, but I think Australia takes it. I kind of see these teams on even ground. I don't think one has the advantage over the other. Really an even matchup here, but it's going to be competitive. I think Australia takes it. Switzerland-Algeria, another interesting one. Switzerland, I believe they did a little bit better in the group stage. One of these teams came in 3rd place. I can't remember which one. It might have been Algeria. But I just see Switzerland doing better. 2-1, maybe 2-0. Not an extremely competitive game. Colombia-Ghana. I've seen a few people rooting for Colombia, saying that they can surprise the world here. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening. I think there's going to be a convincing Colombia 2-0 win over Ghana. Now we'll work our way back up, going into the round of 16. Switzerland-Colombia. Another interesting one, I do think Colombia is better. I think they're going to go further than people initially thought, and I think they're going to take a 3-1 win against Switzerland. I don't see this going to pens. I also don't see this being extremely competitive. I think they're going to score 2 early goals and then 1 in the second half. Argentina, Australia. Another interesting game. Not really, though. We saw what the U.S. did to Australia, 2-0. I think Argentina is going to do something similar, 2-0, maybe 3-0. I don't see them conceding a goal here. I really just don't. I think they're going to convincingly take it against Australia. Mexico, England. Extremely cinematic game here. I'm excited for this game. I think this is where it's going to go. I see Mexico taking it 2-1 over England, and I'll tell you why. The driving force that Mexico has behind them is insane. I live in the US, I feel that. England is a great team, but I just don't feel that sentiment around the team that they're really going to take it far. I think people are looking at France, people are looking at Argentina, people are even looking at Mexico to go farther in this World Cup than England. So I'm taking Mexico 2-1. Could go to pens. I don't see that happening. If it does, I wouldn't be extremely surprised though. Next, Brazil, Norway. Another fireworks game. I think Brazil, he's a great team, but they're not good enough. I think Holland is really going to light up in his game against Norway. They won against Ivory Coast. They did have a strategic game against France, where I believe it was a 4-1 loss against France. And that was to get a better route in the round of 32, round of 16. I think they take it against Brazil. I think this is where they're really going to start being tested, though. And then obviously, I think they're going to go against Mexico next. That's going to be another great game. USA, Belgium, 2-0. Enough said. I think, obviously, these two teams were on a collision course. We saw this was going to happen since USA lost against Turkey. I just see them winning this. I don't think it's extremely controversial. Pretty cold take. USA wins. However, 2-0, a little convincing. USA is going to be starting to really be tested in the quarters. Portugal, Spain. Wow. Another extremely interesting matchup. This one's going to be closer than a lot of the other ones. Ronaldo, Lamine Yamal. Spain, again, not extremely convincing in the group stage. I've said convincing a lot. I think they're really going to have to show what they're made of here. They're going to have to start lighting up. Portugal is going to have an extremely tough two-game run here. If they can beat Croatia, I think they can get the momentum to get a 1-1 pens win against Spain. I'm putting Portugal through to the quarterfinals. Finally, last two games of the round of 16, Canada versus Morocco. This is going to be an interesting match. Morocco, through the past years, has proven themselves to be a world contender. They proved that against the Netherlands the other day with a win in pens, 1-1. Netherlands was an extremely tough team to beat. Canada is an average team. Morocco has a tough game, and now they have a not so tough game. I think if Morocco can dominate here, then their odds look extremely, well, they look more favorable going up against France. I have France winning against Paraguay. If not, I still think they're going to win, but France is going to have an easier time if they can't win as convincingly against Canada. Paraguay, France, I said earlier, France is going to walk through Paraguay. 5-0, 3-0, 4-0. Either way, France in 4. I really don't see this game being competitive. USA beat Paraguay 4-1 as their first game in the World Cup. If Paraguay wins this, that'd be the biggest upset in World Cup history. Next, quarterfinals. France, Morocco, Portugal, USA. Wow. Interesting matches. I think France takes it against Morocco. I mean, obviously, depending how Morocco does against Canada, it's going to be a bit of a tougher game for France. But I do think France takes it. I can't remember if we saw this game in the last World Cup. We might have. but France won that, if we did see that. I think they're going to take a 2-0, rather convincing game. Next, we're going to go to Portugal, USA. Two of my favorite teams going into the World Cup. I want Ronaldo to get a World Cup, but I also love the USA. Regardless, I think Portugal's taking it. I think they're the better team. If this were to happen, they'd be the favorites. But regardless, this is going to be an amazing game to watch when it does happen, because it's going to. Norway, Mexico. Extremely interesting game. Again, all of these quarterfinals matchups are going to be extremely interesting games. I think this goes depends. Genuinely, I think Mexico is that strong of a team where they can compete with Norway. I'm going to say 1-1. Norway takes it in penalties, but still extremely competitive. Finally, we have Colombia, Argentina. This is where Argentina is going to put Colombia to bed. Colombia will have a great run, but Argentina is too favorited. They're too strong of a team. I think I honestly see them going to the finals. I don't know if I see them winning, though. Next, semis. Norway, Argentina. Another insane match. I see Messi taking it. I see Messi scoring one of these goals, if not both of them. I think Norway might get one, but rather convincing win for Argentina. France, Portugal, 3-1. They're going to take it pretty easily. Portugal is going to ride or die on this match. They really need this one. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Mbappe is too strong. Their attacking line is just impenetrable. Their attacking line is unstoppable. Let's go to the final. Third place in the final. Wow. Two brilliant games. Repeat of the 2022 World Cup final, France-Argentina. I am taking France 3-1 versus Argentina. I think Mbappe is not playing around this time. I think he's ready for what's to happen. I don't think Messi has that fire in him to win another World Cup. He already got his. I don't think he needs it that much. Even though Argentina is kind of favorite going further, I think I see France taking it. Norway, Portugal, another extremely interesting third place match. I see Norway taking it. I think once Portugal gets eliminated, the hype around their team, Ronaldo losing, they could take third place, but I don't think they'll have that same fire within them. I still think this is a competitive match. I think it goes 1-1. Norway wins in penalties. But those are my World Cup predictions. France winning it. Argentina second. Norway third. Portugal fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you want more predictions from me in the future, let me know in the comments. If you want me to analyze more, let me know. This was more of just kind of like a team sentiment of who I think is going to take it further, not really looking at player lineups. But yeah, give me feedback in the comments. Without further ado, that's all I have. Thank you.